This question says arrange these fractions in ascending order. So we've been given 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different fractions, and we need to arrange them in ascending order. Ascending order means, so just take note, means from smallest to the largest. It means the numbers have to increase. Ascending has to do with an increment, as opposed to descending, which is the opposite of this, which would be largest to smallest, a decrement. Anyway, so the key thing we need to be able to do is determine the relative sizes of these numbers, and it's hard to do so when you're dealing with fractions. So an easy way to do this is to first change each of these fractions to decimals, and that's what I'm going to do here. So 1/4 as a decimal, which you can determine by long division. 1/4 is, or just from your experience with these fractions, you should know that 1/4 is 0.25. You shouldn't even have to carry a long division. You should know that any number divided by itself is 1. So 4 divided by 4 is 1. You should know that 3/4 is actually 0.75. But even if you don't, you should be able to determine it by using long division. 2 divided by 4, 2 divided by 4 is the same thing as 1/2, because 2 and 2 is 1, 2 and 4 is 2. So 2 divided by 4 is the same thing as 1/2. So it's the same thing as 0.5. You know that 1/2 is 0.5. If you don't, you can determine it by long division. Finally, 1 divided by 5 can be determined by long division as 0.2. So each of these fractions have been expressed in their decimal form, as you can see here. And now it's very easy for us to say, looking at all the decimals, because we're going from the smallest to the largest, which is the smallest number here? It's clearly 0.2. Then the next number is the next smallest number is 0.25. Or a good way to do this is, okay, say which is the smallest number? 0.2. Okay, so let's just cross it out with the remaining numbers, which is the smallest, 0.25. So cross it out with the remaining 3 numbers, which is the smallest, that's 0.5. So I'm crossing it out to just show that I've counted it. So between the remaining 2 numbers, which is smaller, it's 0.75. And then finally we have 1. So in ascending order, we now have to note which fraction represents which number. So 0.2 is 1/5. 0.25 is 1/4. 0.5 is 2/4. 0.75 is 3/4. And then 1 was obtained from 4/4. So we've now arranged the fractions in ascending order. A neater way to actually represent this result is to say, well, 1/5 is less than 1/4, which itself is less than 2/4, which is less than 3/4, which is less than 4/4. But as you can see, we're moving from the smallest to the largest number.